We're not going for the appeasement disadvantage. We will concede that we do not have a specific link that China will drop a nuke specifically on New Delhi. That is also a terminal takeout to any Pakistan impact because they have zero evidence that Pakistan will drop a nuke on New Delhi itself either. We will also concede, the entire 1AC is based off of Indian aggression, and they try to extend a great Pakistan story with zero evidence backing it up. Now, the 2AR in the next speech will also come here and paint a great picture, but hold on to specific lines in the evidence, which they won't be able to do so. All their arguments on the link debate about the IADWS not affecting the relationship and no specific link is the very abuse on topicality that we're going for. Go to that flow now. Our interpretation is that the affirmative should not specify a specific weapon system rather than broad categories like offensive weapons or ballistic missile defense systems. All their arguments in 1AR were pretty much new, especially about PICs, which should be rejected outright, but even that doesn't make sense. The only case list for the PIC they extend is defensive weapons from Saudi Arabia, but every Plantex run at nationals in Saudi Arabia was ending offensive arms of Saudi Arabia, which obviously can't get picked. Furthermore, there is a very large distinction between substantial and W-spec. Sure, the BMD system itself might be substantial in and of itself, but we're not going for that. It's an independent voter that they're specifying one specific ballistic missile defense system instead of the entire relationship. They have conceded, if you believe there was actual in-round abuse on the DISAD, then you can vote negative immediately. There is zero literature specifically on IAWS that A, is on case that says it's reverse causal, or B, does anything on the neg flow or the AFLO. They have also lost on case, which is why I'm not going solely for this argument. But if you believe that they have in-round abuse by going for a specific weapon system rather than a broader category, then you vote negative. Go to the case flow. The affirmative is trying to paint a picture that the IAWDS weapon system is the only hole in India's counterforcing shield, and that Pakistan will nuke India due to fears of increased aggression. However, the way you should frame this debate is through solvency. A, policymakers only pass plans they believe can truly solve for the harms, and the affirmative has consistently conceded they need to substantially solve for the broad mutually assured destruction problems between India and Pakistan. Don't let them go for try or die framing in the next speech when it hasn't been on your flow before. There are a few reasons why you vote negative on case. A, the only reason why the IAWDS is so crucial to their counterforcing shield, according to the affirmative, is that it covers the New Delhi capital, which has a range of over 25 kilometers. But first, their Rubin evidence has zero on that 25-kilometer number. It is power tight, and the only evidence that says 25 kilometers is the Zarar evidence, which we highlighted in the 1NC and the last speech. It says, quote, that Akash defense missile systems that are indigenously produced have the range of 25 kilometers, which means that there is zero reason why the IAWDS system is so crucial to India's counterforcing shield if they can use an indigenous ballistic missile defense system. No reason that the IAWS system is key means that there's no reason the plan can solve for anything, and the affirmative can't even explain their own affirmative back. Keep in mind that there is zero reason why Modi, after just being able to protect 25 kilometers in the capital, is stopping that is suddenly going to cause this entire piece when not having it in the first place is going to cause. Now, there's second, their Modi evidence is about reason 2 is the incentive to escalate. There isn't one. Their Modi evidence is about regional expansion and trying to get some territory, not about nuking Pakistan, risking a retaliatory strike for no reason because India doesn't feel threatened by Pakistan. Read their evidence. Their story doesn't make any sense. All the 1AC cards are about India first striking. So while it might sound great about Pakistan being afraid of India, none of their evidence backs this up. And Pakistan being scared doesn't apply. They have conceded the re-highlighting that says Pakistan and India would both use conventional forces to retaliate, which means there's no counter-forcing strike possible. It's also not in the affirmative evidence that Pakistan strikes first, only that escalation happens, but there's no internal link to escalation. Reason 3 is the ability to counterforce. This goes very undercovered in the 1AR and terminally takes out the affirmative. Don't let the 2AR go up and explain how they're able to counterforce when it wasn't in the previous speech. Look to our Rajagopal evidence. To successfully conduct the strike part of a counterforce strike means you need a ratio of 2-to-1 of missiles to the stockpiles. But Pakistan is staying ahead and has more missiles than India in the status quo. That means that even if the IAWS does actually protect the capital, Modi still doesn't have the real capacity or capability to conduct a strike. This lack of a capability means he won't risk a counterforce when it's literally impossible. This goes conceded throughout the round, and because they've conceded. Finally, the NFU policy is adhered to, so there's no risk of escalation from a conventional conflict. Even if Pakistan is afraid, there is no way they can strike first. All of these arguments are conceded. Don't let them read new arguments in the 2AR.